Timna, Chapter 18. Shem paced back and forth in their room. His dark hair and beard glistened with the oil Timna had insisted on massaging into them, to help against the drying in the wind and cold. Shem's large hands gestured helplessly as he talked. I know Father has strong faith that the wind is making the waters go down, and the sun will help with that too. But can't you see, Timna? He stopped pacing and looked down at her. Think how terrible the flood has been. We see no mountains, nothing. What could take away the mountains? If the mountains are covered by water, what force can move so much water? I thought at first when the great wind came that there was hope. Surely such a wind might do it. But all we have now is nothing compared to it. Why did it stop? He began to pace again. From the pallet where she sat, Timna watched him with a growing sadness. Shem, what of the wind that blows day and night? It is not so loud or fierce, but it never seems to stop. And the sun shines now too. Surely the waters are going down. Your father says he knows they are. Shem swirled around to her. He cannot say how he knows. The ark floats to its mid-deck, and all around us is nothing but water. One cannot mark the water to see if it is going down. Shem paced again. Think, Timna. The mountains do not show. How long have we waited since the great wind came and left? He stopped and waited for her answer. Timna fought the panic that wanted to make her shout at Shem to stop. You know it has been 7 weeks and a day. Right. 50 days, Shem said. And all that time, not a mountain tip showing. Not a bit of anything. He came close to Timna and knelt down. I don't want to frighten you, Timna. I only want you to be prepared for what lies ahead. If we are to stay on this ark for whatever years we are given, we can't just go on expecting any day that the land will suddenly appear. We have to think and learn how to survive where we are. Timna said nothing, and Shem stood and began his pacing again. We need to learn how to fish for our food, if there are fish out there. We'll breed the animals and take what we need for food. Timna stood now. What about all those animals that sleep? What will you do with them when they wake up? Shem acted as if he hadn't heard her. Whatever we can't use for food, we'll use some other way. What was that you said about the animals still asleep? Didn't you hear me say we'll use them all one way or another? Please, Shem, stop, please, Timna cried. Haven't you even thought that it was the Lord God who put the beasts to sleep? How can you talk about killing them for food? Shem stood very still. Timna, you know I am only thinking that it may be what the Lord God intends for us to do now. If we work hard and plan well, we can learn how to survive here. Shem turned to Timna and took her arm. We will have faith that God has not forgotten us, though his plans for us may no longer include life as we knew it before. My father has faith, but he is old, and it does not seem right to him that God's will should bring so great a change to us. Japheth thinks that in time Father will see. Then Japheth knows how you feel, and Ham too? Timna asked. Yes, they know, and Zeruiah and Mehetabel too. It will not be so terrible, Timna, once we all accept it. Harder than anything we have known before, but is that so terrible? Anger rose in Timna to mix with her fear and sorrow. I will take your father's faith over yours, she cried. You can keep your water world. I want to have no part of it. She ran from the room, paying no attention as Shem called for her to wait. After the evening meal, Timna asked to be excused. I am feeling tired tonight. I think I will go to bed early. Shem had risen too. Shem avoided Timna's eyes. Father, he said, I need to stay with the sheep again tonight. I'm worried about one of them. It looks like she may have a touch of fever. I have a remedy I'd like to try. We can't afford to lose any of them. No, son, you're right. If you need my help, come and wake me. Japheth also had risen, and his father waved him to go too. I can see that you are anxious to help Shem. The two of you go along. Turning to Ham, who was still seated, he asked, What about you, son? Will you go too? Ham grinned broadly and picked up his flute. I'd rather stay, father, and play a bit with you. He cleared the flute and began to play merrily. Noah smiled and lifted the kinnor. He listened for a moment, plucked one string, then another, and played a harmony that seemed to dance with the notes of the flute. Timna wanted to stay, but she'd already said she was tired. Reluctantly, she left. The voices of Mehetabel, Zeruiah, and her mother-in-law singing with the instruments followed her down the walkway to her room. Her heart was too heavy for music. Shem had to be wrong, and now Japheth and Ham too. Mehetabel and Zeruiah would have little to say in the matter. They wouldn't dream of going against their husbands. Timna held on to the railing, though the ark rocked gently tonight. Her leg ached, her heart ached, and whenever she thought of Shem, her head ached. She was tired and almost asleep when Timna felt a wet nose on her fingers. "Silver," she whispered, "if only you could talk and tell me what to do." Thief lay down on the floor close to the pallet. Timna rubbed his head. "The Lord will not forget us, will he, boy?" It wasn't a question, and soon enough Timna's fingers slowed and stopped rubbing Thief's fur. She was asleep. Back in their corner of the room, Thief settled himself beside Mangy. Timna snored lightly as she slept. "Thief, do you think we will ever get off this ark?" Mangy asked quietly. "I know there won't be any markets left, nothing I guess, but I miss the ground, the trees, the good things." "Do you remember how the earth smells?" Thief asked. "In the morning after the mist comes up, it always smells of ground and grasses and plants, and the smells of the trees, though I can't quite remember exactly how. I always knew which ones were ready to drop their figs. I did." Thief rested his chin on his paws. "I miss it too, Mangy, but it seems so long ago it's beginning to fade." "Mehetabel says we may never get off the ark," Mangy said. "Shem too," Thief added. "But Noah is sure that the waters will go down, we will see the earth again." "I wish we knew for sure," Mangy said as she burrowed closer into the old blanket Timna had made into a bed for them. "I am tired of rocking day and night. I want to run and run and run." Thief knew it was true. He felt it too, an ache in his legs that wanted to stretch out in a race that wouldn't end until he felt like his old self again. "Maybe if we just wait a bit longer, things will change," he said. He closed his eyes and slept.